So I know I may be a little late to the party when it comes to the Resident Evil series on Netflix, but after playing the Resident Evil series on Twitch, I had some people wanting me to check it out. And my God, I wish I didn't. I did a poll on Twitter and the majority voted that the show was really bad. And I was thinking, you know, it can't be that bad, you know? Sure, they canceled it after one season, but you know, it can't be that bad. The story got so damn confusing that I had to keep writing notes to keep up with the story. And on top of that, there was a part of me that just threw the pen and paper down and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's too much work. 12 pages of notes, 5 hours of watch time, and 193 clips was enough to convince me that you should not watch this show past episode 1. And hell, in fact, you shouldn't even watch the show at all. But we'll dive into that near the end of the video. Trust me. You know, and there's so many flash forwards and flashbacks that it really should have been its own separate season. Oh. Never mind. So without further ado, I'm going to present to you the summaries of the 4 episodes I watched. Enjoy. I'm also going to kind of be reading off the script as I go because honestly, there's just so much to unpack here. It's ridiculous. The year is set in London of 2032. Older Jade is running experiments on the zombies to study their behaviors while on the run from Umbrella. And the latter plays a huge part of the series, so get ready for that.
Day 167 of observation. Pack 2426 still shows no sign of leadership structure or higher brain function.
Well, yeah, no shit, they're zombies. What do you expect? The episode ends with her jumping off the top of a safe house into a crowd of zombies below. Yeah, nothing too monumental happens. The year is 2022, and younger Jade is seen moving into New Raccoon City, and it builds into Billy and Jade sneaking into Umbrella because Billy found out animal testing is conducted and because she's a vegan and wants to free the animals. And the episode ends with her being bit by a hellhound and getting infected. You just had to open that damn box, didn't you, Billy? I don't know, it just felt like the episode fell flat on its ass for being considered a pilot episode, you know what I mean? And I had a few oh shit moments, but nothing that really would keep me attached to the show. Episode 2, The Devil You Know. Older Jade is still free falling into zombies below. She gets up, runs to a car, steals it after the scavenger is eaten by zombies, travels to Dover, England to find Barry. Who is Barry, by the way? I don't know. Turns out he was infected returning from his trip. She meets up with someone who knows Barry and is willing to help her out for the right price. This ends with Umbrella showing up to the docks and gunning down everyone in hopes to capture Jade. Back to the Wesker family. Billy wakes up from her injuries. Albert runs in and tells the girls to run before Umbrella catches them. Albert then wipes out the hard drives and smears the dog's blood on his face to make it look like the dog attacked him. Yep, no, that's even worse. That's even worse. Umbrella moves in and finds Albert while Jade takes Billy home. Billy is not feeling too hot, and while Albert is working on the wound, he explains how severe the consequences are if Umbrella finds out. We also find out that Albert injects blood into his neck secretly, and Evelyn is sort of to blame for it, but we don't really know why until like 2 episodes later. The episode ends with Billy starting to experience the symptoms of the T-virus. I hate to say it, but this episode kind of appealed to me more. Granted, not by much, but it really did make me feel like people did not give this show a fair watch. And oh boy, was I fucking mistaken. Big time. Episode 3, The Light. The episode starts with Umbrella and how shitty it is. We cut to Evelyn getting an interview from someone about Joy and the horrible accident that happened in Raccoon City. We then jump to older Jade still outrunning Umbrella and is using God mode or some shit because they cannot hit her, but they somehow can hit everything and everyone else around them. She finds a kid amongst the chaos and decides to help, and then the parents eventually find the kid and Jade hiding in a dumpster, and Jade finds out the parents are smuggling contraband of some sort. She gets informed about a tunnel which works as an underground transport thing that's free from Umbrella. Well, we thought that. Just as soon as Umbrella pulls up and starts getting destroyed by lickers. Oh my God. Jade, the family, and one of the tunnel operators finds a passage. The guy with the shotgun presses forward, but we discover that the kid is infected. Oh, by the way, a warning. If you're afraid of spiders, go ahead, look away. Because I did. Oh, no, dude, fuck that, man. Nah, I'm good. I'm looking away. I'm looking away. No, I'm good. The father later sacrifices himself for the greater good of Jade, the wife, and the kid. Jade tells the mother that the kid's already gone and that she needs to go with her, but the mom denies, leaving Jade by herself injured. She gets to the top and is then found by Baxter and some Umbrella soldiers. The Brotherhood, an anti-Umbrella cult, start taking out the soldiers and then knock out Jade. We go back to younger Jade checking in on Billy, and honestly, she's getting her ass kicked by the virus at this point. Jade and Wesker set their timers because a person who is infected only has 72 hours to live until they become a zombie. Billy has multiple moments at school when she's getting visual and auditory illusions, including her turning into a zombie. Jade sees a broken wine glass next to her once she arrives, and Billy admits that something is wrong because she can feel everything except actual pain. Jade finally comes clean and says that she saw something similar to what happened to Billy and that she only has a few hours left. Now, I took literally the biggest amount of notes during this whole damn episode because I felt like it was confusing. It was like they tried to cram as much as they could into such a small, tight fit window, and it just does not work. The last episode that I could stomach from this hunk of dog shit, episode 4, The Turn. The episode starts off in Tijuana with a journalist that goes by Rubio conducting an interview on a woman talking about her husband. At the end of the interview, she passes him an envelope and says,
Umbrella lies.
Jumping to 2032. Fuck this time hopping bullshit. Jade is being transported by the Brotherhood. Baxter tells her that Uni is on Umbrella's naughty list and that they're on the way because he has a chip in his arm. They're taken to a prison where they presumably meet the leader of the Brotherhood, who thinks that these zombies are part of God's will, and then gets punched in the face by Jade. Jade and Baxter get locked in a cell, and then they start arguing if Umbrella is better than the Brotherhood or if they're worse. We also get confirmation from Jade herself that Billy is dead. They hear a chainsaw in the distance, and they see a guy meet the sweet tune of the saw and then get fed to a weird zombie that screams really fucking loud. Like, even on 60%, this lady's still about busting my goddamn eardrums. There's just no reason for her to be that loud. Jade suspects that the zombie is controlling them as a head of the pack. Baxter bargains with Jade to escape prison, and after she agrees and they break the door, Baxter gets 2 kills, unlocks some doors, and accidentally opens the one holding back all of the zombies. Jade meets up with the cult leader, says the screaming one is the queen, so Jade decides to dethrone her ass with a chainsaw. She ends up getting locked into a room with no means of escape, so she calls her kid for some final words before taking the chainsaw and preparing for the worst. Since the chainsaw isn't working, she throws it into a box and some grenades fall out. How convenient. She puts them on the floor, throws one, doesn't explode, the zombies bust the door down onto the grenade, and it throws Jade into the wall and stunning her. She almost dies because of this, but Baxter saves her. They run to a ladder that takes them to the top, but Baxter is unable to climb, so he becomes the zombie's minute meal. Once she gets up, a bright light shines on her, and that's it for that. Younger Jade realizes that Billy only has a limited amount of time left, so they decide, fuck it, let's party. As they're walking there, they start making judgments on people's physical appearances.
Fake boobs. Also, fake boobs. That's haircuts. Ooh, Botox. And he is on steroids.
Jade and Billy arrive at the party where they meet Jade's love interest since the beginning of the series, Simon. The reason why I haven't included Simon was because he doesn't really play a huge significant role. He just is sort of like a hacker that gets past the firewall for Umbrella or something. I don't know. Billy takes his board, does an okay stunt. I give it about like a 5 out of 10. But is heartbroken whenever she notices that Jade is distracted by Simon. Jade runs off to find Billy and she thinks she's dead until she says something, which is kind of a dick move for Billy to do, I guess. Billy says that Jade is self-obsessed. I could have fucking told you that since like episode 1. And that Jade doesn't care about her. They spot Rubio running towards them, so they hide. They both then reveal themselves when Billy talks to Rubio because he needs to speak to a victim. The reason that I didn't really bring up Rubio before was because we only had like a 2-minute conversation between him and Jade regarding something that they found out about Tijuana. But that was really it. I'm also gonna cut past the long ass commentary that they have from this. But essentially, Albert Wesker died in 2009. The kids aren't even alive on paper, and they nuked Raccoon City instead of it being a gas leak like they told the public. Well, they run away, Rubio chases after them, and then gets stuck up at gunpoint and transferred to Umbrella HQ. While running, Billy thinks she's starting to turn, but Jade said that her 3 hours were up 5 minutes ago. And then Billy says that she's fine. What the fuck? I can see why this didn't get a second season if I'm being honest. Now, before even starting the video, I found out that this is loosely based on the Resident Evil lore. And I'm talking so loose that if they were to add one additional thing, this would go from being an officially licensed product to a goddamn fan project. I mean, I can't even get a simple answer from the internet because some sources are saying that this is an Anderson Resident Evil film. Whatever the fuck that means. The episode summaries did one of two things in my opinion. They either spoiled the episode or added nothing of value to them. The amount of jump cuts and transitions that they had in just the 4 episodes alone made me feel like I was in that level of alcohol intoxication right before you hit alcohol poisoning. Now, the acting is great. You know, most may disagree with me and that's fine, but I really do think that they chose the best actors they could for these roles and they played them really good in these first 4 episodes. It's just a goddamn shame that they could not keep me long enough to see the rest of it. I'm just gonna chuck this into the absolute dog shit tier and move on with my day. I would not recommend this series, but I would recommend that you click this playlist on screen to check out the other bad cinema I've covered on this channel. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm your host with the most, going live from overseas to coast blackout, going dark. I will see all of you in the next one. Keep it brutal, keep each other safe. Until next time, later.